That took a while. Weren't you right behind me? Just had to clean up that mess back there. A static plane. Well, let's go and see what we find at the vortex of all this. I have a guess. We're at a meadow with a hibiscus. Well, here's another one of these. So the whole thing, there's so many similarities between the two girls because they weren't meant to be that similar, because one doesn't exist. So, you think this is a case of schizophrenia? Well, with that, the patient usually has trouble actively distinguishing delusion from reality. But in this case, I get the feeling that he's actually well aware of it. Still can't say for certain, but I'm leaning towards some kind of defense mechanism instead. The more curious question is how she's able to materialize here so vividly. You think she's still able to, see us? Hard to say, but she shouldn't be able to interfere for now, at least. This seems to be just a normal memory playback. Hopefully, anyway. She shouldn't be able to interfere for now. Didn't exactly stick that soft field landing, huh? Oh, this is right after the previous one. The last flight on the plane. Not like I had much practice on an actual grass strip. Last flight on that plane anyway. Everything comes in pairs. It's like 2 girls, 2 last flights. A lot of things are multiples. Is that it then? No memory? Okay. What you waiting for? Come on! Haven't you heard of the phrase, stop and smell the roses? There are flowers on top of the hill too, you know? I'll race you there. We know it's fake, but we still have to watch this and... Oh... Hey, I was thinking, it's a little windy today. Maybe we should come back some other time instead. Oh, don't be such a downer. We're practically already there. Hey, remember when we played Catch Me If You Can? The wind? It wasn't there a moment ago. Colin might be willing the wind. Imagination is his domain. Okay, what's the matter now? Let's just rest here for a while. Like when they were young. Again? You barely walked any steps. Hey, I'm the one who has to carry this thing uphill. Oh, I just thought you'd have gotten stronger by now, that's all. The cello got bigger too, you know? Just come and sit here with me for a bit, will you? Do you remember the first time we came here? Which first time? The second one, I guess. The one where I tried to race you up the hill. Oh, yeah. That was a dumb move. You sure were excited to take me up there, though. Yeah, it had been a while since I took anyone there. It's still one of my favorite places. I've always liked how it overlooked the city. It really has been a while, hasn't it? I rather miss going there. So why are you hesitating? We're mere steps away from there, you know? Why are you stopping every step along the way? Oh yes, because when we get to the top, he's gonna have to face reality. Stop kidding yourself, Colin. You're not tired, and it's not the wind. We've already come so far. You know as well as I what we have to do. He's making up excuses to delay the whole thing. But we're here to say goodbye. Faye is very self-aware right now, which means that Colin knows it deep in his heart. Oh, they're playing that song again. The first time we came here, that was the first time I accompanied you to play the scales too, wasn't it? Yeah, it helped. It still does, actually. Well, no one likes to practice scales alone. But you could never actually hear what I was playing, could you? It's nice up there today. It always is. You don't have to leave anymore. I can fly now. Wherever you go, I can go with you. You really are stubborn, aren't you? Don't you think you're getting a bit too old for me to stay? People would laugh at you if they knew. They can laugh all they want. I don't care. You made me who I am today. I learned to fly because of you. I kept playing the cello because of you. You taught me to practice the scales. No, Colin. I can't teach you anything you don't know, nor can I make you do anything you don't want. Maybe all you really wanted was for someone to be there. Even if it was just someone like me. I know it's mesmerizing here, Colin. But you've been spending so much time with me and imagining what couldn't be. Don't you think you're forgetting what actually is? And all that could be? Sometimes, stepping out of this little world we've made is the only way to notice and appreciate all the beautiful things around you. I just don't want to be alone. Sure, if I go, you'll be alone at times, even when you don't want to be. But that's all a part of growing up, and it's all a part of life. It's what makes fleeting moments with loved ones treasured, and our memories precious. It's also what drives you to seek out what you wouldn't find if you just stayed here with me. There's a lot out there just waiting for you, Colin. I can't promise it'll always be good, but I know you won't find all that you need living in only these pages of ours. You brought me into this world. I won't forget that. And while some things are meant to stay, some are only meant to carry you so far. In my own way, you know I will always be there to protect you. And whatever comes, if it's something we could do, then it's something you could do. What do you say, Colin? Are you ready? I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for it to end. I don't care what you are or aren't. You were my first real friend. Hey, this doesn't have to be the end for us. One day, you might look back and realize how fast this precious life has passed you by. And on that day, I'll come back once more. We'll talk like how we used to talk, and you'll tell me about your day. No, about your life. You'll tell me about what a happy life you've had, and all the nice memories you've made. I might not have such a happy life, you know. You're such a downer, you know that? Have a little faith in yourself, Colin. Of course you will. I know you will. It may take a long time, and it may take a lot of work and effort. But when that day comes, I know you'll have lots of happy memories to share. It's almost time. How much have you written in that book by now? You've replaced its pages so many times, huh? I must talk a lot. Sorry about that. But now that I'm going, perhaps you could finally spare more pages for other things. It's your book. You don't always have to write about me anymore. It's just like life, right? Same book, filled with all kinds of different pages, as it should be. Take care of yourself, alright? Hey. I still haven't said goodbye yet. You already have, Colin. A long, long time ago. She never came back, did she? Guess not. I wonder if she's a cause or an effect. As in, do you think Colin's unhappy because she never came back again? Or did she never come back again because Colin is unhappy? If Colin only wanted to see her again, I doubt he would have needed to call us. Yeah, so perhaps her absence at the end meant that he was already unhappy by then. Back to square one. This place is destabilizing again. We don't have much time left. Let's move. We have to make do with what we have. Oh my god. You know, I thought before starting this, because finding paradise is ultimately carrying a lot of expectations of people who play to the moon. A lot of people were looking forward to finding paradise, being like, oh, I can't wait to feel things again, I can't wait to cry. And that sort of thinking has always made me feel a bit iffy about it, because that's a lot of really tough expectations to meet. Like going into a game preparing to cry. I haven't talked about it before, but To the Moon did make me bawl like a baby. And finding paradise got me again. Oh my god. So it seems like it's really about a tale of growing up. Colin, when he was young, he was so unsure of himself and did not have many friends at school. Because of Faye, he was able to do all those things. But it was all his inner strength, because Faye isn't real. No matter how unsure we are of ourselves when we're young, we eventually find our way through. Wait, do we even know what we're doing with him yet? I have a few ideas to try, but we still need to link the mementos first. Let's get back to the overworld and figure things out while we do that. Alright. Oh! What the heck? Oh, wait, just Neil! In my own way, I will always be there to protect you. Oh my god. Neil? What's taking you so long? This place is falling apart. There's no time to wait for him. Connect Colin's life. We have to... Whoa, everything is... How do I do this again? Oh, the book. Matching with the book. There's no violin case here. I think we have to turn this one. The two books are matching. Okay, violin or a cello case. Here. Hibiscus here. Paper airplane. There we go. But what about Neil? I think that's all of them, but... Ow! Oh! Was that a... gigantic... paper airplane? What is this place? Just when you thought you were near the end. Oh, what the heck? His memories, they're falling apart. He's dying. He's dying. But in the blink of an eye, suddenly, there's no more time. And I find myself here, just like everyone else. I just want to feel like I've done enough in this world before I go, you know? That's why we're here, Colin. Tell us your regrets. What is it that you want us to fix? It's getting jumbled up. I want you to make me live that fulfilling life without changing anything I've been through. Oh, but Colin, you've already had that fulfilling life. That little island is them looking at the marriage proposal. Feeding the ducks. Call them. But when you go through the procedure and live that new life, just hold on to something from here. It's not like that, Fia. I won't forget about you. Jellyfish. The aquarium. We only have so little time in this life, and we never be able to do all that we want. No matter what we do, there'd always be other things we want to try, other paths to take. Notice that it's all memories with Sophia. Faye is gone. Did it spill on your dress? Hey, just one more excuse to jump into the lagoon. You know, we don't have to waste all that lemon juice. Have you ever tried writing with it? Yes, lemon juice came up here too. Lemon juice? No. Why? Ha! Then prepare to be mind-blown by some elementary school magic. Wait! Then Sophia should know what's in the journal then, cause she's the one who suggested the lemon juice. get this. It's invisible ink. Invisible ink? Yep. The writing appears in color only when you heat the paper up. Come on, I'll show you. Let's write something with it. It's been a while since I've written. Well, never too late to start again. The green book was all his memories with Faye. How about a letter? To who? Each other, of course. We could write about this trip. It's been kind of a journey, hasn't it? And at the end of it, we could show each other what we wrote of it all. Why was this not a part of that memory earlier? I don't know. Maybe it got blocked out because it's related to Faye? I don't know. What? Why would you even consider? Why would you toss aside everything we have for something make-believe? I'm not tossing anything aside. Oh, that's their TV. We all have regrets, be it righting a wrong or a dream long past. At Sigmund Corp, we give you that second chance to make things right. Because with our help, it's never too late. Wait, these don't seem like just randomly scattered memories. Could it be that the sedative's wearing off? Oh. Red, red, red. All his regrets. You are different, even from the man you were when I first met you. You're no longer aloof, you know? When you're here, you're actually here. Oh, he must have been spending time with Faye when they first met. I know it's mesmerizing here, Faye spoke after a pause, shifting her gaze back up to the sky. But you've been spending so much time with me and imagining what couldn't be. Oh, no wonder when we read the journal on his desk before, I thought it was weird how he kept writing stuff like Faye said. Don't you think you're forgetting what actually is and all that could be? Okay, look, I got it. I got your message, you hear me? I know you're still here. You can come and get me now. Damn it, I really thought it was her. Oh, wait, is that really the only way to... Ah! But if Neil was here, who was that paper airplane that saved Eva? Where the hey have you been? I figured it out, Eva. I figured out the impossible. I mean, it took an unholy amount of spoon feeding, but... I guess that's what it takes when we're on the inside of it. What are you talking about? Yes, just what are you talking about? The sedative? It wore off already? You don't sound too happy about it. We're here to help Colin, and you're the mental process that's in the way. Well, lucky for you, that can be amended now, can't it? So, looks like we're about out of time. If you're going to erase me for good, you might as well hurry. The thing is, he already mentioned that, Colin, if you erase Faye, then you're taking away what made him today. He would be a completely different person. He would not have had the courage to go on dates with Sophia, to get married with her, to have Asher, all of that. No, we're not going to erase you. We're going to erase us. Wait, what? Colin never needed our service, Eva. He already had her. She's not a bad thing. The ability to change his reality, to live in a different world. One that filled the gaps of what he wanted, all in his head. She is what we do, Eva. And yet, she left. She left, which could have only meant one thing. What are you trying to imply? No, that can't be right. What we do is different from just this. How is it different? Because there's more to it. There's more to what we do. We fulfill wishes. We give meaning to people's lives. What we do, it has to be more than just that of an imaginary friend. It's a lot more elaborate for sure. But for someone who had to fight just to let go of fantasy and embrace reality, maybe our existence was merely an unwelcomed amplifier. A reminder of the make-believe, the imaginary, and the endless possibilities that make reality seem less than what it is. Hey, you two. Things aren't looking good with the patient. I don't know what you're up to, but you might want to get out of there. And by might wanna, I mean need to. After all that, huh? I guess none of this even matters anymore. There's no way we'd still have time to implement any actual changes. No, we might not have the time. But what about her? She's already linked to the machine's interface, right? Without us, all procedures would be internalized. So much could be done in a fraction of a moment. You're suggesting giving sole control of the machine to a mental process of the patient? The ethical implications of that, it hasn't been done for good reasons. It hasn't been done because no patient has had a chance like this. Besides, what's our alternative? Just leave and mark this as a write-off? But what about legal complications? And the contract, it says... Oh, come on, Eva. When has the contract stopped us? Guys? Go on. I'll be right behind. Don't say I never trust you. Why are are you doing this for us? Well, if I were Colin and on my last breath, I'd trust you over two strangers in white coats, right? Strangers, huh? Your colleague was right about one thing. There is more to what you do than just playing God with people's memories. You've been here for just a day, yet in all of his lifetime, no one else has truly seen the world through his eyes like you have. And, well, you're kind of the first I've been able to meet too. In some silly way, maybe that's a part of what Colin really wished for. It was one heck of a meet and greet, that's for sure. Full admin access transferred to unknown credentials, Faye. You gonna be alright? Just a little nervous, I guess. Well, given the circumstances, I'd say that's pretty alright. Hey. Do you think that in some ways, I've truly existed? Well, for what it's worth. I think all our memories, and everything in it, can be nothing but the fiction we tell ourselves. Good luck out here. Colin's counting on you. We leave Faye alone to be in charge, to make all the changes. His blood pressure is dropping. Vital signs are fading fast. I think he's letting go. I'm sorry for your loss. Please take all the time you need. I'll be in the living room with the paperwork. When they're ready, I'll let them know. Did we fulfill his wishes? To live a fulfilling life? Oh, the book is here. Patient offline. Oh my gosh. I think when we saw stuff like regret, I don't know if it's just me, but I got the impression that, oh, we're gonna be going back to fix all of these ones, all these regrets, but it turned out to be completely different. It turned out to be so much more. They need a moment. Always a little stark, isn't it? Seeing it like this, after just having been in there? It is what it is. I'm just a little cold. It felt warmer in there. It was warm and full of emotion. What we did back there. Do you know if it worked? Hard to say. I'll try to dig through the data afterward, but... well, it's never been done like this before. I don't know how coherent it'll be. Guess we got another mess of a report to write. We can take care of that when the dust settles. In the meantime, I just remembered something. So, did you succeed? There was a complication. We tried to cope with something unorthodox, but... I'm not sure if we'll ever know what really happened in those last moments. Hey, Sophia said you got a lighter? Yeah? Now we can read the book.
I never stood up very tall. I think my voice was fairly small. But there were times I'd want to shout, though my thoughts weren't sorted out. So I'd stumble and I'd fall. I learned to fly because of you. So if you left, I could go too. And everything you saw in me, that's what I wanted to be. Did I make it after all? All the grass on the other side, is it only greener in my mind? I'd still want it the same, because trading my yesterday is to wish my life away. As we dream and as we grow, we have to learn to let things go. But let the wonder never fade, though we've turned 10,000 pages, flying high or stuck below. I've searched for meaning amidst doubt. I finally figured that part out. And all the stories inside me feels like I'm bursting at the seams. And you're here after all the grass on the other side. is to wish my life away.
Oh, he was looking across the street to the other balcony. Looking for something, old-timer? She didn't age. It's been a while, huh? A long while. You haven't changed much. And whose fault is that now? Listen, I wish it were under better circumstances, but I know. I wish I still had the time to tell you about all that's happened since then. It's okay. I was there. I'm only here to say goodbye. Just tell me one thing though. Do you still have any regrets? Regrets. Yeah, I have a lot of those. But that's okay. The chances I missed, the mishaps, and all that I wish I had. Well, they were all still a part of it. They made way for all that I do have. And what I do have, I wouldn't trade for anything else in the world. That's all I wish to hear. Go on. They're waiting for you. It's time to go home. Hey, Colin. Sorry I had to leave back then. Thank you for having been there, even when nobody else was. I don't think I've ever had the same game get me twice within the hour. You know, I actually thought it started out kind of slowly. Because in comparison, To the Moon was about 3 to 4 hours. I'm sure it's also partly because when I first played it, I didn't read every word out loud, but now I did, so that part takes a lot of time up. But I was expecting a shorter experience than what we had here. So when we were traversing through all those memories, I was kind of like, this is really nice and there's lots of funny parts too. But it seems like it's dragging out a little bit. But looking back at it, I think it was necessary. Because we went through all those memories, that's why the rest of it was any good. Kan Gao and everyone who worked on Finding Paradise. You did it! You did it! What I really love about this series is that each one is a standalone patient story, and they're all strong enough on their own. But we also had toward the end there, some implications for Eva and Neil. Is your work really meaningful? Is it ethical? How is it any different from an imaginary friend? I'm pretty damn sure we're gonna have a ending credits scene thingy here because we haven't addressed the things with Eva and Neil and the machine yet, with Roxy. Don't think we'll get the full explanation for this game, but we should be seeing something. The funeral. Sup? Where are you? And my scotch. Drinking home? You said you'd be here. I said I'd visit like we always do, not attend the funeral. When was the last time we even did that? I know, but I just thought we owe it to him after... Oh, I never even thought about that. But all their patients die pretty much after the job is completed, so they get the opportunity to go to funerals really often. Dr. Rosalene, we're about to start. Go on, I'll get my turn. Hey, but what about the motorbike guy? Alright, enjoy your scotch. You know it. Now, where were we? Oh, he's working on the machine again. Ooh, not looking sketchy at all, Neil. I asked you to knock, not hack my lock. Switching to digital was a terrible idea. Why didn't you just keep both locks on? Dagnabbit, Rob. I don't know why she even got you involved. Look, we don't have long. Are you guys still in or not? Oh, he told them about it. What? You betcha. So, is that the solution you were talking about? Yeah, that's her. Oh, he saved the backup copy. Oh my god. Okay, where's episode 3? Oh my... Well, I don't know how long we have to wait for, but that's a pretty obvious indication to me that a sequel is brewing. And I'm not sure if To the Moon is a trilogy or not, so if it is, then the last one might wrap everything up. It'll probably be a good few years from now, though. Oh, Finding Paradise. What to say? I think you can probably tell from what I'm talking about in some sections in Finding Paradise that my memories of To the Moon are kind of spotty now. After we did the rotating of the mementos, I kind of vaguely remember doing that in To the Moon as well. So yeah, but I do remember that game touching me because primarily, I think, because of the plot events and how the truth unraveled. But Finding Paradise, I feel like it touched me on a more relatable way. The story is basically that Colin, as a kid, he was super lonely and had no friends. So he dreamt up Faye to help him cope with everything in the world. I feel like there was a lot of emotions and themes touched upon here that are nearly universally relatable. Things like loneliness, lack of confidence, being unsure in oneself and how we'll grow up as people. So even though I don't remember growing up with an imaginary friend, that's still something I could relate to. And it's silly too because even though Colin was being so unsure about himself, within his own memories, he keeps recalling himself as being a very bad cello player. He had so many talents. He might not have been a good artist, but he was probably a good writer from writing all the journals down that he had with Faye. Not to mention his very vivid imagination. So definitely he's not as talentless as he thinks he is. And all the things that he thought Faye helped him achieve, they were all really just things that he did himself because that's his ability. He's able to do that without any help. He was even able to recognize himself that he was spending too much time with Faye and basically wrote her away. Who would have thought that in the end, our client never really needed any intervention from us directly, but just a mental process within himself, a really advanced one. But I'm really happy that Colin was able to die without feeling like he didn't live a fulfilling life. Yeah. So aside from the whole machine Neil thing, which now doesn't seem so shady, it seems like he might be doing it for some good reason that we don't know yet because Roxy and Rob are in on it now too. Previously, it just looked like he was doing something shady by himself, but I don't know anymore. But other than that, there was also a motorbike person who was already at the apartment when we first arrived there and left in the middle of seeing Neil come to the car. So I'm not sure if there's someone from the company or was it a red herring or what, but that might come back later on because it shouldn't be anyone like Faye because we now know that she's not real. We'll just have to see. If you enjoyed Finding Paradise and made it through the whole thing, then I highly suggest or recommend playing To the Moon and the DLCs and whatnot if you haven't already. Because I know the game is advertised as being standalone, so yeah, there could be people who've watched or played Finding Paradise without having played To the Moon first. Highly recommend it. Especially recommend the DLCs, which are really short, they're like 30 minutes each, for the overarching, bigger plot going on here. Like obviously because Finding Paradise came later, we now know about the machine and all, but there were still some other really shocking scenes in the DLC especially that I didn't mention yet, which I think would be a great surprise if you go into that and see for yourself what actually went on. There is also a bird story, which is Colin's childhood. This one is a little bit different because there's no dialogue in it at all, which is it could be divisive, especially because I think the dialogue, the witty dialogue, is part of why these games are so fun. But if you're looking for the whole experience, then that will flesh out everything a little bit more. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say, but I do have one request for Freebird games when they make the third game or whatever comes up next. Please enable HD widescreen support. Please, not even that specifically. You guys are all watching this video in full screen right now, non-stretched, but it's actually been quite difficult for me to play because this game has no full screen function that's not stretched. So this entire time I've been playing in an extraordinarily small window and I've been squinting. I've been pulling my monitor physically closer to me so that I can see what's going on. It would be really awesome if we can upgrade to an engine not from over 10 years ago. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I don't know when the sequels are coming, or the DLCs and whatnot, but I am definitely interested in them as they come. Maybe closer to when the full third game comes out. I'm probably going to forget everything about To the Moon again, so that might be a good time for me to play it for the channel. Yeah, and I guess that's that. Thanks for joining me on Finding Paradise, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed playing it, and I will see you all in another place, in another time. Bye!